What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a title called Ripout. Ripout is kind of a strange one. This game has itself kind of slated as a procedural roguelite version of Doom 3. It's also got some crafting mechanics in there, it's got some Derelict Space Hulk mechanics in there, and effectively it's a post-apocalyptic game about sort of this gray goo-like substance that humanity has created, and in its creation they have inadvertently annihilated the entire galaxy. And you, having woke up after the end of the world, are a bioweapon that was created using that technology, basically the only successful experiment to ever come down the pipe, and now you, presumably the last mutant modified space marine human in the galaxy, are diving down into derelicts back to back to try to figure out what happened to the universe and if it can all be put back together. You gotta chin check all the dead bodies on the ground because they come back as zombies all the time, and so every time I walk past one I try to put a bullet inside of it. As of right now, the game is available for purchase through 3D Realms, which is the publisher. This game is in early access, so it's not finished. It's about, I think we covered this game about 7 months ago when it was in demo form, so it's been in early access for about 6 months. They've added a few things to it in that time. It's going to be one of those games you want to keep an eye on, though, because I think the theme and the atmosphering and the level building are all done quite well here. One of the special mechanics of this game, you may have seen me diddle that space alien monster right there, because we are a bioweapon prototype, we can actually incorporate the more functional variants of the gray goo into our body to give us our Q ability. That can be everything from regeneration, to a shield, to a missile launcher, to this little guy right here. He just like bites the enemy if they get too close. This is a game about exploration and also interaction. On this mission, apparently I'm looking for like a rare arcade machine because I want to put it on the hub ship. I guess like even bioengineered mutants enjoy themselves like a, you know, a Final Fight cabinet from time to time. That thing explodes right there. What is that? Was that open like a sky bridge? It did indeed open up a sky bridge. So far, no bad guys around, though. I'm really liking the... Oh, God. All right, there's one. Yep, that'll do it. Go ahead and get him, little bug. Your gun in this game is a sentient creature, by the way. You may have no doubt noticed that my gun kind of like wiggles and has legs. Get out of here. It wiggles and has legs. I'm the only one that can interact with it. It's basically like my pet gun. I don't know how to describe it other than that. But you can detach... Oh, he's got a launcher, man. What you can do, I want that, give that to me. What you can do with your gun is you can fire off the living part of it to tear parts off of the enemy, which is where the game's name, Ripout, comes from. Effectively, throughout all of these derelicts, there will be random little gray goo creatures running around that have different abilities. If you get to them first, they become your Q ability, but if the enemy gets to them first, they get to use them the exact same way. And so you can also use your... I guess your scan and target attack ability, like your pet attack ability, to rip parts off of them and put them on yourself as well if you want to. You can see me doing it right there. Now, along the way, you are going to get roguelite upgrades as you play the game. So you've got temporary upgrades and you've got more permanent upgrades. Why is the music amplifying? You've got temporary upgrades and you've got more permanent. Is that guy going to wake up? You've got more permanent upgrades as well. In between runs, you are capable of building new guns, building new mods for your guns, building new weapons, things of that nature, new armor, new helmets, new boots, all of that fun stuff that people love to collect like these crafting components right here for. On top of that, inside of runs, if the power is given to a various, I guess, bulkhead of the ship, or a various compartment of the ship. That's the word that I was looking for. If a compartment of the ship is powered, there will occasionally be these little vending machines around that you can find that will modify your body genetically to give you more HP, make you move faster, make your biogun hit harder, things of that nature, and you can stack up. I think the most I've ever had on one ship for right now was, I think, 5 or 6. And it was a really good run, too, because a lot of them were just weapon damage, which meant that if I even looked at an enemy, they died catastrophically. Sometimes you don't really get that many upgrades, though. This time around, it looks like maybe we're not going to be able to get on in there. One of my complaints about this game the first time I played it was that a lot of the levels in the demo were kind of the samey. You could see a lot of the copy-pasta parts being used over and over and over again. I'm glad to report that in the actual release client of the game, there are a couple different biomes that I've seen. I've been playing the game for an hour or two, and I think they've thrown 3 different biomes at me. that I've seen so far, and the biomes seem to intermix a little bit too, where like the corridor part in between levels may incorporate some of the tiles from other biomes, things like that. I think that's a really, really good way to diversify the visual layout of a map and make it look good. We got another dog right there. Take him out real quick. I'm really impressed with this shotgun. This is my first test spin for the shotgun. All right, and I'm a very, very specific person when it comes to shotguns. There are games in which I love the shotgun, and there are games in which I don't even want to make eye contact with the shotgun. I hate it. That's a resurrection station. Okay. I'm planning. I hope I don't have to use that. I would rather not. Well, you know, if it comes up, I'm loving the verticality of this level right here. This is the first time I've seen this tile set, too. It's actually kind of a cool-looking tile. Must be stairs. Oh, there's a drop down. There we go. Nope, get out of here. You can't get me with that trick. Dropped a bunch of ammo, though. Appreciate that. You'll find graffiti, and you'll find all kinds of, like, scrawlings on the walls from the last survivors of humanity. Lots of little things to help you sink on in. The game follows a mission format. Is that guy alive? He kind of looked alive for a second. 1 second. No, he's not alive. Anyways, the game has a mission format, so it's going to serve you up procedurally generated... Oh, he got a shield. It's going to serve you up procedurally generated space derelicts and with procedurally generated missions and procedurally generated side quests. Every single sector is going to require you to do a number of these derelicts and a number of these quests. Once you've got that in combination, it will give you a cutscene that explains the storyline like a little bit further. This guy's trying to make it to a wall, I can tell. There we go. These guys have a new ability since the demo that I've never seen before. There's destroyable sections of wall. They can run into them like Dead by Daylight style, and then they can come out of other sections of the wall, which is really kind of a headache when you're trying to dodge them and avoid them. There is some stuff over here, but I don't want to get my face wrinkles steamed off my face. What do we got here? Ammunition. I'll always take ammunition and crafting parts. We've got a locked case on this side. I do have a key of some kind, but I guess it must not go to that case. Also looks like where we're trying to go is off to the other side. It's usually not too difficult to figure out where you're going in this game. I haven't seen a whole lot of side stops so far. I saw it move. There are occasionally like little side areas of the ship, but I do think that that's a big area of improvement that they could probably develop on. Is like, how do you get, you know, more secrets into these areas? How do you get the player to hang out and be more thorough and stay on board these alien craft longer? I also think it could use kind of like an escalation system, like where the more noise you make and the more you fight and the more you shoot and the more enemies you trigger and stuff like that, the derelict starts to sort of wake up and like defensive systems start to come online. There start to be more and more creatures falling from the ceilings and stuff, adding to its intensity. I don't know what that was, but I'm gonna go... Oh boy, this is not great. All right, so throw at him. Try not to aggro them. This guy right here, though, he got to go. You got to go, too. Pretty good enemy density coming through right here. This is kind of what I wish the game was like at all times. I'm a big fan of enemy density and power fantasy, though, so I'm a little bit biased in that regard, where when I play games, I almost always recommend, like, lowering the HP on enemy mobs and just adding more of them, because I really enjoy that feeling of just, like, tuck, 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 like machine gunning 249ing your way through enemies. Then again, some people might like the creeping, plotting, sort of exploring parts of this game where you're worried something's going to jump out at any moment. I don't know what I just picked up. I think that was the key to the case. Let me go look. Yeah, I think it is indeed the key to that case. All right, let's get on in there. I really like stuff like that where you've got to like find a key to do an interaction, to open up a walkway. Like more of that. That's the... Oh, cool. We got arachnid boots. I think I already have the arachnid boots, so it just like... converted it over like to galenium or galarium. There's this currency that you get for every single mission that you can use on a gambling station that's inside your hub home ship. It's kind of like the consolation prize. So if you get duplicates or whatever while you're running through a mission of like a piece of equipment that you already have, at least you get something out of it and you can throw it into the slot machine. Oh God. Okay. Don't know what's happening. Little confused. Never seen that before. Definitely new to me. It's like a little black hole generator or something, maybe. Don't really need the ammunition off the shelf right there. Let's keep looking around. I do enjoy the sort of tense nature of the game that they've got going on here, where you don't want to move too fast because it's very, very easy for you to spawn more things than you can possibly... That scared me a little bit. It's easy to spawn more things than you feel like you can... Ow, another black hole generator, huh? All right, we'll get... It's a good thing I got a shield module while I was making an edit because we ran out of bullets for the launcher. And so the shield's been soaking up a bunch of damage here just to protect me. Zombie's not alive. Anything lootable up here? Not really. There's a locked door, but I guess I don't have the key for it. One thing I do like about this game, too, is that there's sort of like scare points. I don't know how to describe it other than that. Here's one of our upgrades. I think that big guy's coming. We got pet cooldown. Pet attacks more targets in succession. I'll get pet cooldown real fast. That's fine. Let's see. Where's this guy coming from? Light him up real quick. Some of the gun's ballistics, I think, could use a little bit work, but by and large, I think it's improved a lot since I played the demo. So I think that was another one of the big takeaways that I had from when I played the demo of this game, was that the guns didn't feel like intensely satisfying. They all needed a bit more work to make them feel better. They've leaned a little heavily on visual recoil this time around, but the guns do feel better at a baseline level. Like, they definitely don't feel as flat, and they definitely don't feel as sort of like fluffy and pillowy as they used to. Now they actually, like, the shotgun actually feels great this time around. The assault rifle's feeling quite a bit better. And then for the long rifle, man, the long rifle's not doing, like, the greatest job. Oh, we got zombies in here. Fantastic. Go ahead and get rid of them real quick. I don't know. I sense, like, a Doom 3 influence in this game. That's what it feels like to me. And so I think along the way, this game may be a little bit polarizing just due to the fact that I think there's like two camps of people with Doom 3. Some people love Doom 3. Some people thought Doom 3 was like the worst thing to ever happen in the history of the world. It has been interesting to see a resurgence of Doom 3 love lately. This is not the only Doom 3 inspired game that I've seen over the course of the last year. There's actually been Wretched and a couple of others too that are very specifically not necessarily boomer shooters, but doomer shooters, I guess, if you wanted to think about it as like Doom 3 inspired shooters, I suppose. Oh, we got another upgrade. Oh, dogs falling from the ceiling out of ventilation ducts. Oh, zombie right there. I don't even know where he came from. All right, as long as he's out of my face, I'm okay. All right, greater melee weapon damage, more health, more stamina. I'll take the more health. Go ahead and grab that real fast. Nice little animations right there for when you pick up an upgrade. The little lower thirds that they use in order to do that look very, very clean. I like them a lot. Normally, that's not something that stands out to me with a game. Like, a lower third is a lower third, but I do like the presentation aspect when you pick up an upgrade right there. All right, cutting over to the left. Any more, like, goopy buddies over here? Can't go through that door either. What did it want me to do? I already collected the thing. All right, it wants me to go over that way. Some windows in this game are breakable, by the way, in case you were wondering. You can destroy them in order to climb through them and also find more lootable area. It hasn't been crazy rewarding doing that for me, like breaking through windows and finding little squirreled away areas. EIF endorses the pet gun. Apparently I can flush the toilets, I guess. I don't know why I would want to flush the toilets. I don't know if it's possible that it'll drop loot kind of like Borderlands style or whatever, just out of like goopy grossness, but it's an environmental interaction that they may have not added. And I always appreciate extra little things that developers take the time to add on in. What do we have over here? Just like med supplies. Yeah, I was going to say, usually with these little transition sort of decontamination zones, there's just a bunch of meds in here. These are effectively like checkpoints a lot of the time. Residential upkeep. This is a long Derelict. This one's actually twice as long as the last one that I did. Every single mission has kind of like an estimated size score, and this one had a much larger estimated size score than the last one that I did. But I figured like the longer we stay on the ship, the more likely it is that we'll pick up something useful along the way or have like a big stack of stuff when we get out of here. Okay, yeah, those shoot. That's not great. I'm going to need my pet to go grab one of those real quick. Or my pet can just... I don't know what my pet was going after right there, all right? Oh, this may get a tiny bit ugly. Solid chance anyways. them shooting is not my favorite aspect of this adventure. Got that guy right there. Wipe out. Yeah, get those guys out of here just so the bad guys can't use them. We just used a lot of ammo, though. So if we don't find an ammo pickup pretty soon, it's not going to be good. We got a gun mod right there, but it was one that I already had. Come here. What are you, like a shuriken thrower? Either way, I need more ammo, so I'll take you. And we'll grab that right there. You got to duck near these robots, otherwise they wake up and they attack you. Kind of learning the interactions of the spaceship is also a big part of the game, like learning what things do what and what things are a threat when you're inside a derelict is probably a reasonably decent idea. I need some ammo pretty badly. This guy got ammo for me? Oh, he's like me. He's got the same armor on that I do. Lots of med supplies. I don't know why the game thinks I need so many med supplies, but here we are. Ow. Hey, there's the ammo I was looking for, and that wasn't even the crappy pickup. That was the good pickup that gives you full ammo. We got more pistol damage. We've got sidearm damage up while your pet is released. Additional charge for active support mods. Let's go ahead and do that. That sounds good to me. And they got those little black hole bombs like everywhere. Yeah, it could definitely be a problem being in close quarters with him like that. Go ahead and deal some damage with the old Petaroony. Give him another blast of whatever the hell that thing is on my shoulder. I don't rightly know, but it seems to do damage. Not as much as the exploding thing that I was firing, but still something. Get those dudes. You still up? Yeah, you're still up. Ammo pickup from you, too. Looks good. All right, what else we got around here? Oh, I thought that might be lootable. It's a military crate. Nope, not going to fall for that one. Good luck. Another one of you big bastards, huh? Yeah, it looks like it's a Weber, actually. It looks like it shoots Spider-Man webs that stick them to the ground. That's actually a pretty good pickup. I don't mind that. I don't care that it doesn't deal that much damage. Some of these mobs are really rapid, and they can run you down pretty much no problem without running into any major issue. I would recommend that these zombies wake up a little bit more easily off the ground. I know the game is trying to use them as a booby trap to sort of scare you, but they're a little easy to pick off. While I was fighting the big guy, if these had all woken up, it would have made that situation a lot more intense and a lot more heated. And I think the fundamental conflict this game is always going to have is balancing between building up tension and atmosphere and also making sure that the combat is challenging and not just shooting fish in a barrel. Any shift in one direction versus the other, I think, will hurt the game because, in fact, I think this is a really, really good game when it comes to actual environmental design and how to make procedural games that are fun to crawl through. If you boil it down to distilled features, this is a dungeon crawling game. Sure, you're crawling through a dungeon in space, but when you're crawling through a dungeon, one of the real questions you have to answer for yourself when doing DM design or anything else like that is this dungeon interesting? Like, why would anyone care? You know what I mean? And I think in the case, oh, geez, scared me. I think in the case of this game, I have enjoyed Ripper, insert a coin. We're still using coinage in space. Those right there are regenerative pods. And so if you have one of these on your shoulder and you hit the Q button, it'll let you regenerate. Nope. Grab that real fast. I gotta shoot the web thing at these dudes. That's a teleport. Ow. He's got a Weber too. Unfortunate. This is the exit zone, I think. I just gotta clear these guys off the landing area. And we should be good. He may have just put a regenerator on his shoulder. It's kind of hard to say. Yeah, he did. Ow, that hurt a lot. Oh, there's so many of them in here. All right. Yeah, this could be a problem. That one right there has a grenade launcher, so I think he's like primary target. Get that guy right there. Definitely picking up some intensity at half health right now due to the teleporter mob. Where did he go? Oh, he can mount even more of them. I see what's going on. So he can mount multiple of the little bio components. Okay, that's what was making those dudes a threat. Give me that med kit real fast. Looks like we're ready to evac. Got anything good in here? Just get a few more crafting materials. Crafting material over there. Anything in the toilets? I've never seen loot in the toilets, but I the inner loot hound deep down inside of me. Got this looter up inside of me. Can't talk to my mom, so I talk to, you know, the loot in my diary or whatever. Let's go ahead and grab that, and I think that's pretty much our derelict craft. We can go over here, and we can get ourselves an upgrade, but there doesn't really seem to be much point. It is kind of a bummer that when you shoot the screens, they don't go out, so like little environmental interactions, like shooting the screen, it should go into flicker mode like that one does right there, and it should start throwing sparks downwards and generate lighting effects, basically, around it in a radius whenever it throws the sparks. That'd be nice for tension building, atmosphere building. Attached creatures can be used more times. Yeah, I have a creature right now, but I'm going to jump inside my shuttle and leave. And that was a mission from Ripout. Now, this game is designed to be played in multiplayer too, so if you have friends, they want to get the game as well, they're more than welcome to do that. But as of right now, I'm actually much happier with this build than I was with the demo build. The demo build, I was like, it's all right. This is definitely better than all right. You can see the quality coming together right now with the way that the game is designed, and I'm happier with this build than I was with the last one. It seems like the enemy density is better. It feels like the hit registration and also the gunfire feels a lot better. It feels like the core gameplay loop is much more defined, like it's more understandable what the hell it is that I'm even doing here. And really that is you're going down into dungeons to unlock new things to get more powerful so that you can keep going to new sectors and keep going to increasingly more impressive spaceships along the way. This is where you're going to pick your missions at. So this right here, I think this mission board, it's interesting, but it's a little loosey-goosey when it comes to selectivity if there's only like 2 ships. So basically you mouse over the ship that you want to explore next. It'll give you some background information on that ship along with like the storyline of that ship and how it was taken over by the gray, I guess the red goo in this case, because it's kind of like a biological nanite bonding agent that they've invented that wiped out the galaxy. It's not even like fully machine. It's kind of like a machine bio-hybrid, which is why it's able to take over human beings and turn us into zombies and wipe out the entire galaxy. But it can also interface with like computers and things too and like digitally hack its way through doors. It's basically the worst nightmare you could ever come up with in sci-fi. And so you pick a vessel right here. It will tell you what the rewards are for going down into that vessel. It will tell you the type of ships. So some of them are residential ships. Some of them are exploration ships. Some of them are just, you know, shipping ships like logistical ships. Some of them are military ships. It'll give you all that background. Over here, you can go in between missions and you can craft stuff. So you can see here, I have a laser that I unlocked not too long ago. Let's unlock the laser and see what it looks like. As of right now, after playing the game for a couple of hours, I have 4 different guns that I've unlocked. That's not a laser. Where's a laser at? That's an assault rifle. Let me see this laser. Okay. Maybe give so with this one has no visual recoil on it. Maybe give it just a little bit of a rumble. You know what I mean? Also, maybe have it charge up for like a quarter of a second before it fires like a whoosh. Almost if you, I gotta describe it with my mouth. I know it's cringy, but there's no other way to do it. It's amazing. When I was a musician, it was amazing what I could convey through making a sound with my mouth for like what I sort of envisioned a fill to sound like when I was working with like a studio drummer or whatever. And so I've gotten into the habit of just describing what I want something to sound like with just vocal sounds, even though it's a little bit cringy. If it gets the job done, there is no cringe, especially if it results in a better product. I do like how it has an ammo display on top, but it feels a little wispy. Then again, it's a laser. Realistically, a laser should not produce any kind of recoil or whatever. It should just be like a really intense beam of light. Still, it definitely feels like it needs something to make it hit a little bit harder. If you wanted to see the other guns that I have going on right there, we have a long gun. So this is basically a DMR. I don't like it very much. I feel like it's not quite as snappy and like plosive as it should be. And then it's also got like a really long cooldown before you can squeeze the trigger again. I think you should basically be able to mag dump it as fast as you can pull the trigger if you want. And then we've got the assault rifle over here, which is feeling much improved since the last time we played the game, for sure. On top of that, I think I unlocked a machine pistol on that last mission too. Yeah, I can get a machine pistol. I like machine pistols. Let's go ahead and do that. And with that all out of the way, it now appears as though I am out of materials for me to make. Luckily, I've already built everything. If you wanted to see where you equip your loadouts, you're going to come over here to your locker. There are different sets of gear that will give you different abilities. So I've got the arachnid body on right now, which looks like it lets me have 20% more health and also 10% more pet damage off my gun. This guy right here gives me regen boost and stamina boost. I haven't really found any other things that I've been super intensely interested in equipping. Other than that, there's not a whole lot of things to interact with on the ship. You can go upstairs, and there's a gambling terminal right here that you can spend your Guerrillium or whatever the hell the stuff is called to play. You can get things that decorate your ships. So, for example, that last mission, or I guess a couple missions ago, I was looking for a trophy that I could put on my craft, and there it is. And then this is the arcade machine that we just picked up from the last area. I would like it if these things you find deep down inside of missions just had little passive functions. So they would be, you could swap them, basically, and the ones that you had equipped to your ship would give you like an extra 5 bullets for this trophy, or like an extra 5 health if you have this trophy slotted, or like an extra 3% movement speed if you have a arcade machine to trade your reflexes on, you know what I mean? It'd be like 8 or 9 different arcade machines that all give little bonuses like that, and as you play through the game, the place gets more tacked out, more decorated, looking nicer. It kind of seems like that's where they're going with it. And so all in all, I'm intrigued to see where this goes, much more than I was last time. There was a lot of stuff to fix the last time I took a look at the game, and it was an intriguing idea, but it wasn't there yet. I think about 7-8 months later, we've got a much better picture of where the game is going. There's still a lot of things to work on here, but the vision is much more clear. And so I'm excited to check on it and see what this game is doing in about a year. That's pretty much my observations. I don't feel a need to go through on the back end and just kind of put them all together into a bullet point list because I think I talked about them throughout the course of the video. I will catch you all tomorrow with something hot and fresh off the indie skillet. Today it was the early access of Ripout. Tomorrow it'll be something else. Thank you for spending time with me, and that's about all I got for you. Bye, folks.